Hey guys, you're listening to episode 3 of Eat It Up. I'm your host, Donnie Bertlis. Thanks for listening. Today we have on the show Chris and Pete from Lloyd Taco Trucks. Probably everyone who's familiar with Buffalo Eats, I'd assume, knows all about Lloyd. If you don't, they're the first food truck in Buffalo to start operating, and I'd say that they're probably the most popular today. We had them in studio, and we talked about plans for a second truck, what their business is going to be like now that, or at the time, if the food legislation had passed, and just kind of talked about how the truck even came to be, how the idea of serving tacos out of a truck, started. It was a really fun conversation, so I think you guys are going to enjoy it. 2 small announcements before we get started with the interview. One, we are officially switching to a weekly podcast. I know I said at the beginning that we're going to do this bi-weekly, but I have happened to, discover that a lot of people kind of want to come on here and talk. So I figured, what the heck, if we have enough people, I think we can pull it off. So this is going to be a weekly thing. So every Tuesday around 10 a.m., we'll be releasing a new podcast, between 40 to 60 minutes. So keep on the lookout for that. The second announcement is kind of cool that I get to break it. Pete and Chris are deciding to start a Kickstarter campaign for the down payment on the second truck. They're going to try to raise about $11,000, and they have some really cool prizes that they're going to be, or I guess rewards that they're going to be giving away to donators for this thing. So, you could get anything from, you get the chance to sign your name on the side of the truck, bumper stickers, hats, bottles of rocket sauce, sunglasses, and then even some of the higher ones, you're going to have things like a Lloyd Speed Pass, where it's kind of like Disneyland, where you hold this card and you get to jump in front of the line and get your food first. A 5-course meal with a wine pairing for up to 10 people. And if you're a baller, if you want to drop 2 G's, they'll come to your house and throw an event party for 50 people and bring the truck and serve you guys food. So a lot of cool incentives. They're going to be releasing this, or I guess starting this, in the next couple weeks. But just keep your eye out for it. Follow them on Facebook and Twitter. We have the links all in the post here. And this is something that's coming soon. And so, having 2 trucks, they're going to be able to serve a lot more people. And I'm pretty excited about it. I think you guys should be too. How's the tacos today?
Had a pretty strong start. We always seem to start strong.
Yeah.
Just weather, I think it fizzles out a little faster than it does in the summer.
Yeah.
People aren't willing to wait as long, maybe.
Yeah, I think the hours, I think it's going to have to get cut to 11:30 to 1:30 just for all winter stops.
Yeah. Did you guys do that last year? Or?
No, we didn't.
We've had to feel it out a lot of the way.
Yeah. Well, this is what, your second
only
winter?
Second winter.
Yeah. So none of the other trucks have even had a winter, right?
No,
this is all their first winter. Yeah.
I think in a couple weeks it'll be exactly a year and a half that we've been open.
That's awesome.
So,
That's cool.
I mean, we're gonna do the winter thing.
Yeah,
it's Buffalo. We're not gonna sell out. If people are willing to wait in the cold, we can't bitch about working in the truck in the cold.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's just cold so long here. I mean, you can't forego those 4 months that you're going to get bad weather, and you need the money. Obviously, you can't.
Did you guys try to figure any ways out last year to try to spice it up? With
really, just more specials.
Yeah.
And encouraging people to call ahead.
Yeah.
So we put that out there as much as we can, Call ahead even if it's, a burrito.
Yeah.
But in the summer, we have like a $25 minimum.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy to ask people to wait in line for an hour and then say, oh, this person can just come up and grab a couple tacos and get out.
I see.
So.
How long has that been going on, the minimum?
The minimum, we started that in middle of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because we were getting a ton of call-aheads, and it was slowing the process down so much for the people that were waiting in line.
Yeah.
We didn't think it was fair to them, so we put a little
Right. I mean, if you're hardcore and you're going to wait it out,
Yeah.
You deserve to get the fastest service possible.
Yeah, it makes sense. How's things going with the food council truck stuff?
The food council. It's funny. Everyone.
I'm just calling it the food council.
Everyone calls it something different.
I don't actually.
The overlords of Buffalo.
The Common Council.
Yeah.
The 9 members of the Buffalo City Common Council.
That's okay. Yes.
Well, depending on what day you ask us, you'll probably get a different story.
I'm like reading that there's like significant progress being made.
There is. I mean, I would call it progress. We're awaiting an email today from our lawyer.
Okay.
And if it's the positive email that we think it's going to be, we expect a vote on Tuesday.
Okay.
The only monkey wrench that was thrown in at the last minute was now they also want us 100 feet away from hot dog vendors.
Oh.
And we're guessing this is to appease possibly another council member who has changed positions.
I see.
Roles within the council. I don't know. We should be
naming.
We're not going to be naming names.
No, I don't want you to throw anyone under the bus. No,
not that this guy's going to find us, but
but
it doesn't matter. Like, if it got stupid, we would just say, okay, fine. We'll just tell everyone to tell you not to vote on it if we don't like the wacky rules that you're going to set up.
Yeah.
Because when push comes to shove, right now, there's nothing on the books saying that we can't do this.
Yeah.
So that's something that we could challenge in court. And if we want to do it cowboy style, we could have all along, but we didn't because we wanted to be kosher about it.
Yeah.
So if they can't recognize that like we're stand-up people for doing that, then they're crazy. Because there already has been a compromise on the table. We can't move about downtown. That is a significant part of could-be business. You know, you're talking about Chippewa, Sabres games, any events happening in the convention center.
Yeah.
So for us to say, okay, well, that's funny actually.
Come on, it's silent.
This is my crummy BlackBerry Storm that I haven't used in about 14 months. But I left my iPhone in a cab on New Year's Eve. So that's lost and gone.
Pre-party. It wasn't even post-party.
It wasn't even before we got to the Statler.
Wow.
It was as we were being dropped off.
How was this? Did you go as well?
Yeah.
How'd you guys like it? I heard mixed results of the...
all the negative that you probably read about and heard about was my general gripes and opinions. It was completely overbooked.
Yeah.
It wasn't staffed properly.
Right.
Yeah.
And it cost everybody. I mean, it cost everybody a good night. So.
I mean, the food was great.
I guess if
no complaints there.
I guess if you're looking to really get at it with the alcohol, it seemed like that was pretty hard to do.
We could have done with 1,000 less people and another bar.
I had 4 drinks. I mean, in a span of 5 hours. Were we there?
Wow.
I mean, you can't charge someone $125 and give them that kind of service.
No.
I think it was ridiculous that they reopened the ticket sales. You know, at like $150 after it's sold out.
Yeah.
Well, why would you do that if you can't accommodate
1 a.m.
everybody?
Yeah. That's a bummer.
The place looked beautiful, though. He's doing a great job with what he's remodeling. But
the event could be
huge.
Mega
awesome.
success.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it will be in the future.
It sounds like it. I mean, I think he said he's like booked for weddings for like a full year or some crazy.
There was
I don't doubt it.
There must have been 20 plus people alone working in the coat room, running around like a Chinese fire drill. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Wow. Okay, anyway, so back to
legislation.
Back to legislation.
So, you know.
So, I mean, theoretically, if they vote on this Tuesday, and we're recording this on, what is it, the 18th? Mm-hmm. This podcast is going to go up on the 31st. So, when people hear this, this will have passed. So, theoretically, if this passes, would it go into effect immediately?
We want it to, but it's the issue of them physically making these placards or whatever they're going to make us keep on the vehicle. Actually display on the vehicle.
Yeah.
So, as soon as we get our hands on that, you know, we're ready to rock, but...
We still don't know if that's even going to prevent us from going out right now, the placards. I mean, it's nothing's put in place yet.
Yeah.
We don't know. We just need the legislation to pass first on Tuesday, and then we can worry about it.
And this really just affects the city, right? The suburbs and things like that.
Right.
Those are fair game. They've always been fair game.
This is just our best guess, though. Okay. I mean, everything else has been stunted.
Yeah.
You know, the process of...
Yeah, expecting something to go well or go smoothly.
It's tough. Like, we're just trying to keep a good midline because don't get too excited just yet.
All right. Well,
because it's changed so many times.
But I'll tell you what, if we find out that there is going to be a vote Tuesday, Tuesday morning, I'm going to go buy a bottle of champagne, and
it's either going to get popped or it's going to go in the cupboard for another
buy two maybe
months.
And break one over the side of the truck. Well, so I mean, what would that change in impact or in terms of the truck? I mean, there's been rumors of a second truck being thought of and things like that.
Sure.
I mean, would that change plans immediately, do you think? Or would you start offering more services?
I can tell you right off the bat, I mean...
Hours of operation, first of all, for our first truck, Lloyd 1.
Yeah.
We want to get out and do dinners. We want to, if people are willing, we want to do breakfast. We want to do late night stuff.
I would say right now, theoretically... dinner Thursday, Friday, Saturday, late night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Yeah.
And then, when the warm weather rolls around, try and do some brunches on Saturday down by the farmer's market.
Nice.
So that, as far as being more accessible to people, is going to happen right away.
That'll be sweet when that happens.
Yeah.
Lloyd Dose. That's what we're calling it amongst ourselves right now. We're in the process. We've been doing some serious hunting.
Okay. I didn't know if this was just a planning thing or if you guys...
More aggressively within the last 3 weeks because we found out that the legislation
is closer,
Yeah, it's getting closer and it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because, we just didn't want to make a decision. We've been ready to expand for a while, but we don't want to make a decision based on a whim. So...
I'm jumping ahead way, but are we talking the same menu and things like that on the second truck?
As far as I know, yes. I want to keep it the same just for now. I don't think a lot of people have even tried Lloyd for the first time because we've been so inaccessible during the day at night when most people are at work. I mean, they hear great things. They've probably friended us on Facebook, but they can never get to us.
Yeah. So I have a coworker, Mike, who you guys both went to high school with.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he's like, I hear all these great things about it, but I have not tried it yet.
What's his last name?
McCrae.
Oh, yeah. Mike McCrae. That's awesome. That's hilarious.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yeah. But he's all he knows I write a food blog, and he's like, I've wanted to try the tacos, but we work out in Gettsville, and you guys come to the North Towns, but it's a little bit of a drive.
Right, and then you're asking someone to commit to their lunch break, and their lunch break might only be a half hour, and so it's difficult on people. We realize that.
That's the one thing I miss about working downtown was you guys being at a Mean and Mohawk.
But people have spoken to us, specifically Chris, and asked him if we would do another truck, a different style of cuisine.
Yeah.
It's not that we're not open to it right now. We're just trying to focus on what Lloyd really is.
Okay.
So it's about building the brand and staying committed to what's working well and what people are really enjoying about us. So
yeah, that was actually one of the questions I was going to ask, if you guys were interested in branching out like that.
We are. We've got some serious plans for expansion. Not just the food trucks, but also the rocket sauce has been
that seems like it's been very
a teeny tiny hit. Pretty soon, Tops just picked up their first order a couple days ago. It should be on the shelves in a couple weeks.
It is 90 stores. That's
wow.
Crazy.
Really? It's going to be in all 90 stores?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Wegmans should be picking something up possibly
huge.
Next week. We're going to be in
all Buffalo stores.
All the Buffalo stores for Wegmans.
That's really awesome.
So, people have said, "Hey, well, can you do the queso in a jar? Can you do the pickled red onions?
Yeah.
Can you do the mild? Can you do the roja?
Yeah.
For some salsa." So,
I'll take anything I can get.
Right. Yeah. Those are all possibilities. It's just a matter of us researching it and doing it.
Was there a lot of legal things with that you had to go through?
You got to get special permits. You need your commissary to be permitted separately from Erie County rules. It's got to be New York State rules.
Okay.
And
state to bottle rules. Yes.
Yeah.
State to process food rules.
I didn't know if this was a whole bunch of extra.
It is it's a lot of extra work. You have to submit your recipes to Cornell University to get them looked at and make sure they're meeting proper food handling.
Scientific analysis. We have to pH test every batch we make.
It's not just throw in a bottle and sell it. There's a lot that goes into it. So
yeah, and you guys don't. I'm assuming there's not a lot of machinery that's going behind
That's
these
all-
No, this is all
bottling-
by hand right
Yeah.
now.
Handmade, hand bottled, hand shipped, pretty much. I mean,
We're working a decent amount of hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
it's just
So
3 guys.
So let's touch on the background. Are both you guys doing other things, or is Lloyd your full-time gig right now?
Lloyd's full-time gig right now for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's it. That's all. Like every day.
Finito.
Wow. So what were you guys doing before Lloyd happened?
I can answer first.
Yeah.
Mine's the
Go ahead,
easier
Pete.
answer. I taught high school math for a while.
Oh, okay.
Canisius and South Park.
Okay.
Now,
Did you not have a T-shirt?
Oh,
operation?
yeah, I did. I was going to say, I've dabbled in some other businesses,
Okay.
BuffaloSportstees.com,
Yes, that's what.
and a couple other things, tried my hand at some rental properties and whatnot. So, I mean, really, my heart's always been in business.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of finding the right thing. Something where I would be willing to walk away from teaching and really give it like 110%,
Yeah.
So I figured the timing was good, and it was time to take the leap of faith.
Yeah.
And I had to convince this guy that that's what we should do when he moved back here from West Virginia.
Okay.
And I'm just glad that I was able to paint a good picture.
So Chris, I'll let you say what you were doing.
Okay. Most recently, I was a bakery manager at Wegmans.
Okay.
I moved back to Buffalo, like Pete said, from West Virginia, just for job stability reasons. I was working at a hotel in West Virginia, the Greenbrier Resort,
Okay.
and I was a pastry chef there, and just had finished up my apprenticeship program there, and a lot of problems at the hotel. It was changing ownership, and we didn't know if we were going to keep our jobs, so I ended up moving back here, getting a job at Wegmans, and it wasn't really everything I dreamed of.
Yeah.
I liked being creative too much, and they kind of put, a hex on that. You didn't get really too much.
Isn't this supposed to
leeway.
be the best place to work?
Yeah, it's actually ranked 3rd in America. I mean, they treat their part-timers pretty well, but
Yeah.
people that are in control, they kind of.
I hear you.
But before that, I lived in Hawaii, and I attended school in Hawaii. I worked at a few resorts in Hawaii, doing some hot food chefing, and really found my interest in pastry arts there. I've really never been a hot food chef other than a little bit in Hawaii, and then coming back to Buffalo and creating a menu for Lloyd. I mean,
Wow.
so I'm just glad people are taking a liking to what we're doing.
So how long were you guys doing both? Like, was that ever a part where you're doing the truck and another job on top of it?
For Chris, yes. For myself, no, because it was imperative that one person was
Yeah.
at least full go. Otherwise, the day-to-day operations would have kind of fell by the wayside. So,
Yeah.
I was the one who kind of...
Yeah, luckily he was able to. I mean,
But
Yeah.
then, Chris, when the timing was right, was able to
Yeah.
then walk away.
So I kind of touched on this on Krista's interview that we had about the origins of Lloyd, and I mentioned how I met Nick for the first time, your brother-in-law, correct?
Right, correct.
And he said how he brought up Kogi.
Yes. I mean, the story is actually a little bit different.
All right.
Because
you
what
asked.
most people know is that me and Chris sat down with Nick at 99 Pho and, had some good Vietnamese grub. But before that, probably about a month and a half, possibly 2 months before that, I had sat down with Nick and someone else, and we had talked about a food truck.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to be tacos.
What was it going to be?
It was going to be like poutine and burgers
Nice.
and stuff like that.
It's kind of almost like the roaming buffaloes.
Kind of. No, not at all. Not at all like that.
more Canadian.
Not at all
okay.
like that. But and it was going to be completely centered around late night.
Oh, okay.
Just exploiting the late
The
night.
4 a.m. crowds.
Exactly. And
This is before any research
This
was
is
done
before-
into anything.
this is before. I mean, we're talking like
Like you're
found
talking
out
pipe
that-
dream.
we're
You're just
talking
like-
about baby stages, and Scotty just wasn't interested, and he was also a teacher.
Oh, okay.
We'd done some stuff together, and it just wasn't right.
Okay.
And I don't think it would have been right anyway, because it just wouldn't have worked out. So the idea has been in my head for a long time. I mean,
where did you first find out about food trucks?
When I went to visit Chris in Hawaii,
yeah,
we ate at a food truck, Giovanni Shrimp Shack, which is famous. Mm-hmm. Like, these guys are movie stars over there. And the first time I waited in line, because we were touring the North Shore, I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, been waiting for 20 minutes. I haven't even put my order in yet. But that's kind of part of the whole allure, Waiting for something almost makes you want it more. I don't know what it is about it, and just hanging out at the truck, you're talking to people, having a good time, and not to mention the food was excellent. I mean, local shrimp caught that day, it's fantastic. So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, this wave through Facebook and Twitter, 5 years later, company like Kogi comes out and they do it. They make it happen, and it's legitimate because you're looking at the backgrounds of the people who are doing it, and now all of a sudden it's not a roach coach anymore. It's gourmet food, and it's accessible to people for the right price, and why not Buffalo?
Yeah,
why not Buffalo? So after we then did some digging, then it was easier to believe. It was no longer a pipe dream.
So how long was those early planning stages to actually getting on the road? Because I actually first found out about it, I think at the Taste of Buffalo.
Okay.
Not 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, I think I did my demo there.
I heard about it. I actually missed it, but I had started seeing the Twitter account being talked about. And I was like, oh my god! Because I was at the same time kind of a new foodie, and I had started reading about food trucks and things like that, and I was like, oh my god, this would be so great if this happened in Buffalo. And then literally, it seemed like months, maybe a month later, I saw that Buffalo was finally getting one, and I lost my.
Good.
When did we start seriously?
Well, it must have been because I met with them in December, so it was January, February that we went to January, and then we started calling the city. We started pulling trucks. We started doing a bunch of stuff. Now, we would have been open probably in April, maybe even May, had the city been willing to issue our Maine and Mohawk permit sooner. Okay. So we were on a delay, a big delay. We were supposed to open way before we opened. I would say all in all, it was about a 3-month process.
Jeez. Between
the research, securing our loan from M&T, our small business loan, and finding the truck. But, we were supposed to be open sooner. It was supposed to be a launch at spring, late spring.
So you could have the whole summer to...
Could have the whole summer, not July 26th.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Then to be down 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was legit nervous about that.
I was still at Wegmans at the time. I remember him calling me when he was sitting on the side of the road in a broke-down truck. He said, I don't even know what happened, man. I was driving, and then it just stopped. I got all the food on board. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, man.
It sucked. It was bad.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
That was when we were going to, we were refilling our propane on site instead of... having it delivered, we just didn't know that it could be delivered. There's so many things that, you got to figure out.
It's a learning curve.
Logistically, it's a nightmare, but
you guys have to...
It's gotten smoother.
I'd say so.
It hadn't been done here before. Nobody knows what we're talking... Nobody knew what we were talking about when we tried to call around for information. It's like, what? But like Pine Hill? No, not like Pine Hill.
But the Save the Taco Truck Party is a testament to... the people of Buffalo being willing to say, hey, this is something we really do want.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out of our way for these guys.
That's pretty crazy, too, if you think about it, that it happened so quickly. Yeah. You didn't even have a chance to really show off what you guys were
We're truly indebted to everyone. Our sense of gratitude, I can't even explain to you.
You guys have created a massive following. I think several of the other food trucks have gotten popular, but you guys are hands down have the craziest following. Me personally, I remember driving to the east side in the dead of winter when you guys were parked behind this church or
it was for
It was like some art show.
What do we do?
People
listening to this are going to be upset that I forgot the name of it.
But it was like I drove like to a part of town that I never am in during like a super big snowstorm. I remember because I remember like almost getting stuck in the parking lot.
Out.
Yeah, and I was like, we have to get tacos. They're out on a weekend, and we have to do this. But I think a lot of people think like that. I mean, you look at your Facebook followers. You guys are almost hitting 7,000. You guys are closing on 4,000 Twitter followers. I mean,
yeah, the Twitter's grown pretty rapidly recently. I think it's because more people are becoming hip to Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because generally the ratio is about 2 to 1 between the two. So
I'm like the opposite.
Really?
I'm like 4 to 1 Twitter to Facebook.
But I guess it's different for us. Obviously depends on what you do.
Yeah.
We try and. I mean, we're not dumb. We're just fun and.
I enjoy the
quirky.
The
we
tweets.
Do.
Quirky's a good word.
We
keep it interesting, unique. Sometimes people don't know what we're talking about, but I mean that's.
Well, you guys like had a lot of people fooled, including my wife, on April 1st when you had your what was it, the chicken finger taco or something?
This
is my creation.
Pete's dream in his head here.
They're not going to give into until I go and make it myself. So,
like Allie was like actually like upset that it was like a fake thing. Like she's so excited.
It would be good.
I tried to I was like, do you realize that today's April 1st? Like, I knew it. I could see the whole thing. I was like, you have to calm down. She's like, no, they said they're going to have it.
She was really mad.
Did anyone actually come down and try to wear it?
Yeah, a guy actually came down. His wife, I think, had just given birth or was on the verge of labor. This guy named Derek, who comes down a lot. Forgive me for mentioning your name. And he was legitimately upset. He's like, so I have to go back and tell my wife that
my pregnant wife
that these tacos don't exist. So that sucked. But I mean, like the thing, like bringing the bowling ball down.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I mean, you guys
that.
are pretty fun about showing pictures of your fans and things like that. And
yeah, I mean, I
think they enjoy it.
We want it to be interactive, like
right.
Facebook and Twitter are forms of self-expression. People want to be able to interact in a different way, and everyone wants to take pictures.
Yeah,
people want to take pictures of what they're doing all the time. People want to talk about themselves constantly.
That's very true.
So I think
it
just benefits us.
Yeah. So, touching on menu options, I guess. How exactly did your menu form to what it is today? Like
a lot of experimenting.
It was a lot of experimenting.
So once you guys knew you wanted to do tacos, whenever you finalized taco,
but the taco thing was seriously important.
Yeah,
because it's a fun food.
Yeah,
and people have great childhood memories of eating tacos, whether it's in the school cafeteria or their mom putting together some Ortega. Yeah. I mean, and it's a fun food. You can put anything you want in a taco, and that's kind of how we see things. So that's where we gear our specials. But as far as like our standard menu, I mean,
just a lot of research, books online, looking what other people were doing. You got to have your staples.
Yeah.
But I think we've expressed this before. We couldn't go too far outside of the box right when we started.
Yeah.
We had to have the
element
basics.
of trust.
You got to have the basics. You got to have chicken. You got to have beef, and even pork. Pork took so long to convince people to catch on.
Really?
That it was good.
That's my go-to.
Yeah, I think it's the best meat on our menu. But just people aren't used to seeing that, and
that's crazy. I mean, you think of it, it's like pulled pork sandwich.
Exactly. That's what you have to describe it to them as. When they put it in their mouths, they're like, "Oh, it's not barbecue," but they're like, "Oh my god, it's still good."
Yeah. And I'm sure even the cabbage.
The cabbage is a big thing.
Which my wife, unfortunately, still has not come around.
It's cool. Like,
I wish she would.
I could pay homage to my uncle for that one, who lives in California. He told me 15 years ago, this is all they put on tacos over there. They don't even bother with the lettuce because it just wilts in the heat and it doesn't last. And through culinary experimentation and just learning, it just gives a great crunch. You make a slaw out of it. You put a dressing on it. It's
a fresh bite.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the issue really is people's negative opinion about cabbage stems from the smell of badly cooked sauerkraut. You know, when they were like 10 years old or something. I mean, they don't think of it as a lettuce substitute.
Yeah.
And like we just tried to take away things that didn't taste good or don't make sense, like mushy tomatoes and it's the stuff I saw people picking off their food anyway. So, and it doesn't really fit with what we do.
So I kind of want to know how it works, the actual prep and everything like that. I mean, I'm assuming you're not cooking things on the truck itself.
The specials, I mean, it depends on what we're running that day. If it's
so
specials,
churros we cook to order.
Okay.
Which why they take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Slows things down a little bit.
You have the fryer, right?
We have the fryer on board.
Fish tacos, the duck, ombre, different things, we do it on the truck.
Yeah.
And we were doing a lot more on the truck early on, but it's really a function of how many people you can serve, because
the volume was just out of control, so we had to start pre-prepping a lot of that.
There's like 40 people waiting in line, and I've got like 10 chicken thighs on the grill. It's like I can only cook so many chicken thighs, so
yeah,
it didn't work. So we found a way to.
Basically, we're cooking the chicken in the morning.
Yeah,
taking it to the day of service.
Yeah.
Hopefully running out. If we don't run out, we reheat a little bit.
Yeah.
Cook the rest fresh the next day. Just go through your proper procedures for first in, first out type thing. And it's worked so far. I mean, summertime when we're cranking, I mean, we can cook 40, 60 pounds of chicken a day and go through it all. It's crazy. Chicken's still the most popular.
I was going to say, is that still?
It's still the most popular.
It's the safe bet.
Yeah.
And people also think it's the healthy bet, too.
Yeah, and if you get like a girl who's never had...
Right.
I'll just get the chicken. I mean, that's not just women. I feel bad. It's
mean,
really everyone, but yeah, chicken is the safe
Chicken's
one.
chicken. I mean, it's not my most favorite item.
Yeah.
But
I was waiting for you to do the chicken burrito thing.
No.
It's all right. We were at the square, and some girl was there with a group of her friends, and the one girl was daring enough to come and try the food.
She ordered tacos.
Oh,
she got tacos.
She got chicken tacos.
She got chicken
and she
tacos.
was thinking, our enemy's tacos, wrapped in,
American cheese and all that.
And we gave her our tacos.
Okay.
And she, in, I don't want Jersey Shore-ish voice, said, what the F is this?
It was awesome.
It was pretty hilarious.
It was awesome.
So she had no idea what was coming at all?
No, she had no idea.
She just assumed.
Because like if you look at it kind of quick, it almost looks like a salad. The tacos are open.
Yeah.
So, Becky, oh my God, what are you doing?
Did you get that? I mean, did you have a lot of people who were just like walking by the truck and just like trying to figure out like what it was?
Initially, we still get it.
Still get people coming up. You guys got any French fries? You guys got hot dogs?
Do they ask like for their tacos with like a lettuce and tomato and like just start telling you things like
ranch dressing?
If they don't know,
a large taco, small taco,
small taco. It depends on where you go to,
Yeah.
Early on, that was a big thing. Not so much anymore. Because, if you go to, let's say you go to some business park or something, and some of the employees have already ate there, and they kind of tell everyone, hey, the taco truck's coming. Check them out, blah, blah. And people will go online and actually read the menu before they order, so they have an idea of what to expect.
So I guess you've debuted a couple special items at like events, and then the birthday party. You guys had tongue tacos and the Kahlua pork, I believe it was. So I mean, is there any future of those items coming back?
Of those specifically?
Yes. I really enjoyed that tongue taco.
That is probably going to make
an
appearance.
Sounds like the dirtiest
for Valentine's.
This winter for sure.
I think Valentine's we want to bring it back. We got a little quirky thing going on.
Nice. I was going to say tongue taco. Sounds pretty dirty when I just said it.
Lengua, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, people are still scared to hear tongue.
Yeah.
That's why we masked it a little bit. But.
We usually do tastings, with friends and stuff, and when we're doing the lengua and the tripe and stuff like that.
I haven't had the tripe.
We cooked some things in different ways.
Have you actually offered that?
No.
We haven't yet.
Oh.
We haven't.
I don't know if people would be willing.
Because at the tasting, people were like, okay, you want to roll with the tongue first, sort of thing. But I personally love tripe, so
Yeah.
We've probably tried at least 10 items that we haven't released because they're either not to our standard or we don't think people are ready for them yet.
I would
ridiculous
research and development team.
Dessert burrito. I mean, we've had crazy things that have gone out the door. like a Mexican tater tot. Like, just
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what you just said.
It's just stuff like just there's a lot of it.
But that's the good thing about food. You got endless possibilities. I mean, we're not traditional Mexican fare, so I mean, we can infuse a lot of different items into what we're doing and just make it us. And we haven't even reached out to what Asian influence I might bring from my studies in Hawaii and stuff. So I mean, I want to do a lot of that. I want to have the opportunity to showcase that type of stuff. I mean, Cantina Loco is doing a K-Town, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad to see that they put a Korean taco on their menu. And there's just a ton of directions that you can go. I mean,
but our Calbee will be better.
Calbee will be better. I mean, Chinese bao style tacos, I think, in my head would be fantastic on like a bao bun. Mm-hmm. Barbecue pork or something in it.
Yeah, that'd be. I see all these things on. I see all these things on Food Network.
Yeah,
and it's just
it's ridiculous.
I want them so bad. So
it's like watching MTV Cribs, watching Food Network.
That really has become my life.
Like
I just watch Travel Channel and Food Network and Cooking Channel, and then
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's a whole other ballgame.
So speaking of your adventures into cooking, Chris, how excited are you for Nickel City?
I'm pretty excited.
Nickel City Chef, I should say.
I'm very excited. Obviously a little nervous.
Yeah.
I haven't competed in a while.
Yeah.
But Teddy, my right-hand man's a good
I was going to ask
accomplice.
who your Sue is in this.
Chris Bryant, Christopher Bryant. We call him Teddy.
Okay.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. A lot of other names, maybe. Too dirty for this episode. No, but yeah, I think we're going to rock it. We got to...
I mean, first of all, it's sold out in
like
less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
A lot of pressure on us.
Yeah, you guys are the people's choice.
No, I'm super pumped for it. I mean, it's always nerve-wracking when you don't know what you're going to walk into with a secret ingredient.
Yeah.
And especially because the 1 hour time limit kind of puts restraints on what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
But you just got to take from your past experiences and put out good flavors.
Have you already ruled out making a taco?
No. No.
I didn't know if it was going to be like your personal thing where you're like, I'm going to win this.
I'm too good for this?
Yeah,
No.
Or not even that, but like, I can do this without making a taco.
Absolutely not. I brought up an idea with Pete.
I was going to say it, but you might as well say it. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Kind of my version of starting Lloyd, and Pete has a similar version from his aspect, but it's kind of my revolt against fine dining cuisine.
Yeah.
I don't think food needs to be so picked at, so played with, so
like constructive,
fancy.
Okay.
For it to be good.
Okay.
I appreciate that. I mean, like the El Buiz. I mean, I
there's definitely
that.
Some artistry behind that
for sure.
But then there's nothing wrong with
wrong with presenting a beautiful thing on a stone, on a 5-pound boat like we do, and having it just blow your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's all about the flavors. It's also about us doing good food and not being pretentious about it. You know, so
right.
That's just.
Oh yeah, I mean,
not to say fine dining has its place, of course.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I worked fine dining for years. I mean, I love it. I appreciate it, but I don't see myself there in the future. I mean, I appreciate good flavors, homey style food, and I think food is making a kind of reverse direction in that sense.
Oh yeah,
it's going more towards homey cuisine, and
I think it's and almost like the people's food, more street food and things like that.
Exactly.
I mean, if you look at how popular Nono was when they opened, they're just offering Japanese ramen, which is like a simple street food, and people are freaking out.
Dare I say peasant food?
Right. No, that's a great word. Peasant.
Yeah, I mean
it's peasant food. It's comfort food.
Yeah. So, but
as people continue to watch their discretionary spending and the economy and things of that nature, the trend is in our favor. I think. I believe so.
Oh yeah. So, but have you been like watching the videos or doing any preliminary research?
I have the book at home. I've looked through what the chefs have come up with, and
because you're going against JJ
Richard
from Torches.
Correct. He's a tough competitor. He hasn't lost yet.
Yeah. I was a judge. Like they did you guys were judges too during Taste of Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was the taco for some reason. You guys weren't, but I was there for the taco.
We couldn't make it because we had to cater that day, so she changed our judging appointment.
We did the street food one.
Yeah. So yeah, I was one of the taco judges, and yeah, he went against Krista Van Wagner.
Yeah, I mean, if we could cook with lobster every day, that'd be awesome.
I mean, he's a very talented guy. You know.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to the competition. We're all gonna be good sports about it, and
yeah. Are you gonna have like a Lloyd Army there? Like
hopefully. We have some tickets.
If it's sold out in 6 minutes,
I will be there. I'm actually going to be there.
Awesome.
With me and Allie, my brother. Yeah, we're going to be there.
With your Lloyd hat, hopefully?
For choosing our show.
Of course. Yes, so I'm very excited about it. It's going to be pretty fun.
It is going to be fun. It's a good show. I'm glad people in Buffalo are so excited about it.
Yeah.
So excited about the Iron Chef style battles.
It's great to say that we have something like that here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I was talking to Kristen. She was upset that it sold out so fast, and I was like, that is a really good problem to have.
Right.
I was like, you should be happy that you sold out in like 45 minutes or whatever it was for the whole season. Like, that's
for sure.
That's ridiculous.
And you're showcasing what some of the good chefs in Buffalo can create. I mean, that's wonderful.
All right. I guess we kind of talked about what you guys are going to do in the future. I mean, any immediate events that we should know about, or
immediate events would just be Winterfest.
Okay, you guys did that last year too, right?
We did actually.
Yeah, because I think we went
Buffalo Soup Fest on the 29th.
Oh, you guys are gonna, oh, that's right. What do you well, this is kind of going to be 2 days after.
It's 2 days after, so I guess we could tell you that it's going to be our chili, and we have a new soup actually. Mm-hmm. It's chorizo chowder.
Oh,
and
chorizo chowder.
It's a baby right now.
Yeah.
It's in the experimental stages.
I miss that chorizo taco.
The hombre?
The hombre, yes. I like the hombre.
I liked it a lot. It had the potatoes and the queso.
Yeah, we're trying to do like, heavy food in the winter, more fried stuff.
That makes sense.
Things like that.
Warm
things
stews,
to warm
soups.
you up. And so it'll be back.
Nice.
It'll be back.
Well, what other events? Put our application in for the taste, obviously.
Oh yeah, I just saw that they're announcing that.
Yeah.
We need to turn our application for Allentown Art Fest, don't we?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
We're
Allentown Art Fest, obviously.
Alan kind of works that they contact you if they want you to be part of it.
Oh.
I put the application in, but
yeah,
they have to
tell
choose.
Everybody who's listening. Why not?
They have to choose us. Choose us.
Nice. It sounds like you guys are going to have a pretty busy summer.
But
especially if if certain legislation goes through.
For sure. Our catering's booking up pretty fast. So
yeah, so how has that grown as part of the business?
It has.
It has. I mean, it could be an entire leg on its own if I had a secretary who could just book for us all the time.
Are you making tacos?
We're doing tacos, but we're also doing non-Lloyd fare.
Okay, because
I mean we kick it up, like it's a little different, but it's for maybe people at, say, a graduation party who are in a bracket. Maybe they're like under 8, or they're like 60 plus or something, and they just want something. So we'll do sliders or
that's cool.
Some chili lime chicken breast.
We actually thought about it for a really long time to have you guys outside our wedding.
Cool. Well, we've done some weddings,
yeah.
And I think this summer will be great. I just gotta hook myself up with a wedding planner.
Yeah, that would be.
So if there's
clutch.
any of you out there that want to team up with us, you can shop our concept. We'd be more than happy to talk with you.
Oh man, we thought about it because we ordered pizza at the end of our wedding, but me and Allie were like, it'd be so great if they could just park outside.
We've done a handful of post-wedding parties. We've done
Nice.
Rehearsal dinners, and we might try our hand if I can nail down the details at our first official wedding catering.
Oh my god! Wow,
the whole deal.
That's pretty awesome.
So I don't know.
That's some pressure.
That's just that's some serious stuff.
Brides are fun sometimes.
That's a special bride.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
put it that way.
somebody's.
That's
somebody's
the one
big
you
day.
want to take home to mama.
Nice.
If she's willing to have Lloyd for her
seriously.
wedding food.
No, we got a lot planned in the near future and future. I mean, as you saw the post, we were hiring.
Yeah, I saw that.
We got some new guys coming on to help us out, and
nice.
It's going to be a fun ride.
A lot of people are asking about a restaurant.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Have you guys even considered that?
We've considered it, and we actually considered it seriously. But again, back to what I was saying earlier, it's just a matter of us deciding, what Lloyd is. So
All right.
I would say as of right now, it's not in the cards.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 years from now for fun,
Yeah, why not?
But it would be something different,
Yeah.
Probably like a patio style, something with a bar.
Yeah.
Something a little different. But for right now,
Yeah.
I mean, our heart's in the trucks, It just makes so much sense, to me at least. So,
Cool.
keep trucking.
Thank you guys so much for coming down here.